Well, hello, coffee time friends. It is coffee time. It's lunchtime here on this Sunday afternoon. That's coffee. There ain't nothing no better than evening coffee, or afternoon coffee, or morning coffee. It's all good.
Anytime coffee for you.
Mama's up here working already. Look what she's got in her hand. That is some peaches and cream corn, and she's peeling it right off the cob. Mama, show them how you do that.
This is the way my daddy taught me to do it. You slant your knife. Have a good sharp knife. You kind of slant it. And this is going to be like cream style. So I make one slice through there, thin like, and see how my knife will be slanted. Then I slice off the top. Then I go right back and slice a little thin layer off of it again, because it's going to be cream style. And this may not be right, but this is the way my daddy taught me to cut it.
That's right for you.
Always keep your fingers down and keep your arm bent back so you won't come back and do that. So just hold it like this, and you'll see your wrist is down past this, and your fingers is down low enough it won't catch on down. So it's just tilt your knife a little thin slice, and another little thin slice. And that's all
Now, do you shave the cob?
I shave my cob. This is how I was taught to do it, and I've done it all my life. So this gets the juices out and everything else. Then all I'm going to do to this after I get it shaved off is I'm going to do lazy. I'm not going to put it in a skillet and fry it, because I think I just stick it in a microwave with a little butter, sugar, and salt, and that's all I add to it. And then,
well, I tell you one thing, it sure is delicious, just like eating candy. It's delicious.
So you can see.
What's on the menu today, Mom?
Oh, we're going to have roast beef, mashed potatoes, this corn. Oh yeah, and I'll have to make you some coleslaw.
I'll make some coleslaw for you.
Well, you're so sweet.
I'll at least contribute a little.
Well, and we're going to have cornbread.
Okay.
Fresh tomatoes,
Ugh.
onions, and a fresh cucumber.
Well, that sounds wonderful. That's a wonderful Sunday lunch.
That's a country garden time lunch.
I love it. I love every bit of it.
Green beans. White half runner green beans this time, though.
But they're fresh.
Yeah, fresh. Fresh corn.
We love white half runners fresh. We love peanut beans. We love white half runners. We even like them Roma beans sometimes.
Yeah.
So we like them all.
This is just the process of doing it. Like I say, it may be right and it may be wrong.
Mama's done got the roast in the oven, and what she does with her roast is you pick whatever roast you want to use, and you brown it in her iron skillet on all sides. Not just the top and the bottom, but you brown it, and you brown it on the other side, and you hold it up. You may have to hold it with your fork a minute, let that end brown, flip it over, let that end brown, turn it up on its edge, and let each end brown solid all the way around. That's going to hold in your juices. And people say, how brown do you let it get? Get it brown enough that it looks done. If you just looked at that roast on a plate, you'd say, that is done, ready to eat, even though we all know it's raw in the middle. Then you put it in your pan. She uses a West Bend or a Norelco. What was your little cooker?
A Norelco. But I hate to say it tore up today.
You're just trying to get another birthday present, ain't you, Mama?
Well, not really. It's just one of them things that happens.
We put a little cup of coffee in ours, about this much, and it'll tenderize it. Someone asked me in a post yesterday, said, can we use it for pork roast, and will it taste like coffee? And I can tell you, Mama can.
It does not taste like coffee.
It does not taste like coffee, but the acid in the coffee will tenderize that meat. We use it in all things pork and all things beef. We haven't used it in chicken, but usually chicken's tender on its own. That's all she's done to the roast with a little salt and a little pepper. So she'll show you that.
Oh, and I cut up an onion. when it's a bacon, and quarter of onion up, put
Quarter
it in.
an onion up and put in it.
And that gives it some flavor.
And that's all you put in yours, isn't it, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I doctor mine up with all kinds of stuff. I'll put a little Worcestershire, and I'll put this and that. Mom says,
I know I'm eating beef when I eat mine.
Mom says, don't mess that up. But then when I fix it, she eats it and says she likes it.
I like plain Jane, you know me.
But Mama, you like mine too.
Yeah, it tastes good.
She says, I eat it. Oh, mercy. We're going to get off here and get to cooking. I am going to help her. I know some of you say he's just sitting there drinking coffee and doing nothing, but I am going to work.
He is. That's why he does me.
Now, Mama, they all have seen the chore board. They all know you give me chores to do, and I do whatever she tells me. I do whatever you let me do, Mama. You're just picky.
Well, you made coleslaw good. Your daddy loved your coleslaw.
Well, listen to her. Lord, she says something nice about my cooking.
His daddy loved his coleslaw. He even tell me, let Johnny do the coleslaw.
We're going to keep on cooking, folks. So we're going to get this meal pulled together in just a little bit here. All right. Mama's got me over here on the chore board. Didn't take her long to figure out what I was going to do, did it? So I've got a bowl here, and I'm going to put in, I'm just going to measure it out here, 1/3 cup of sugar. Get the sugar. 1/3 cup sugar. Put that in my bowl. That seems like too much sugar. Let's try a little less sugar. Less than
you write it down, or you ain't got it?
I don't never measure, but when I put it in, I can tell it's way too much. So I put a fourth of a cup of sugar. We're not going to. I poured about that much back in, didn't I, Mama? Mama watched me. She says this is a fourth, and I trust her. And I don't know how many shakes of.
Ooh, I did that too.
Mama is moving the camera. She moves you all around this. She'll push you right off this counter if she gets the opportunity.
Didn't mean to do that.
I don't know how many shakes. You all just watch and see what you think. I'm going to cover my sugar good. It depends on the spout. It depends on...
Ooh, sorry.
A couple of tablespoons of sugar. Of tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And that's just plain old red wine vinegar. You can use white distilled vinegar if you prefer. I'm just going to give this a little bit of time here to get together. You just want it to dissolve so it don't have those crystallized sugar grounds in your coleslaw. So it doesn't have to be completely dissolved, but you want to give it a minute. And that whole mixture there is about probably a half a cup. Or a fourth of a cup, I mean. So that's all I do. This is the beginning of a lot of things. This could be the beginning of a good dressing for your salads. This could be the beginning of dip for chicken nuggets. But today, it's going to be used for coleslaw. Now, I'm using real mayo today. Kraft real mayo. We like Kraft. We like Duke's. We use Duke's, but we don't have a store around here that sells it. So when I'm away, I pick it up. But we have Kraft, and we have JFG. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I will measure this out for you. I think I have before. This is a half cup measure here. I believe a half a cup right now will do us. But I will probably add some more in the end because that just seems to make it extra creamy if you add just a little bit more at the end. So right now, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, a fourth of a cup of sugar, and a half of a cup of mayonnaise, whatever kind you like. Different people use different kinds, and depending on what we make, then we would use it. Different kinds. If I had Duke's today, I probably would have put Duke's in here. But we like Hellman's too, and we like Kraft. So sometimes you just got to get what you can get at your location. I know that's what we do here. Alright, so that is the mayonnaise. portion. And I'm just going to mix that in. And it'll make a wonderful dressing. You could take this and put it over a salad, or sometimes I'll use this mixture and I will use it for dipping chicken tenders in, or when Mama makes fried chicken. So there'll be a little bit of noise here just so I can get this emulsified. Alright. So you want it to be nice and smooth. And that's what we have there. A nice, smooth salad dressing. And this is what we're going to use for the coleslaw today. So, as you're making it, you can use this same recipe I just gave you up to this point. And you can put, I put mustard in it before, and honey, and made a wonderful honey mustard. We do have another recipe, but this is a quick, easy one, isn't it, Mama?
Yes.
And we use that sometimes when she says, I'm going to fix chicken. That's why I'll just stir up a quick little honey mustard. So this does taste good for that. And we also use this for dressings. I can add green onions to this and a few more things. Make a green onion dressing. It's just wonderful. You can add ranch dressing to the powder mix to this too and make a wonderful dressing. But that ain't what we're doing today. I get chasing rabbits. Get all messed up. Telling the wrong story here. We are doing coleslaw. Stick to the job, John. Stick to the job. I'm just gonna quickly mix this up. I'm gonna put a little onion in it. We don't always put onion in it, but this is a fresh onion right out of Mama's garden. And we're gonna have onion today with our meal. So we'll be quartering this onion up. I'm just gonna drop this in there. And then these are carrots. I probably won't use all these carrots, but I thought I'd go ahead and peel them all because they were looking like they needed to be peeled. You know how carrots kind of tell you, hey. So I'll cut these up, and then what we don't use for the coleslaw, I will make some sticks, and put them in a bowl, and then I'll take them to work and have them for a snack. Someone said something about we need to eat healthier, and we do try to eat a little healthier, don't we, Mama? Mama's even starting, she's going to try now to start her water intake.
That's your idea, that ain't mine.
Mama is not a water drinker. What do you do when you have those terrible 73-year-olds that just won't drink their water?
I'm not 73 yet.
She will be Wednesday. So what do you do when you have them that won't drink their water? So we're both going to try to increase our water intake. Just because it's good for us. But we do try to eat healthier, and everything we cook, most of the time we cook stuff and you think that ain't too healthy, but that ain't what we have for every meal. And like we've said, we've not been cooking much this summer, but we never cook much in the summer. Summer is hot here, like it's 98. That's a normal hot day here. And not only do you not feel like eating, you just don't want to heat the house up and get the stove going. So a lot of evenings it's
you don't want to pay the light bill when
I'm just worried about our electric bill.
when the air conditioner has to work overtime.
But we'll have tomato sandwiches or bologna and tomato sandwich like we did yesterday for lunch, or we'll just fix something quick and simple, or we'll, sometimes if we've had like pinto beans and cornbread, we'll just, maybe supper the next night might be milk and cornbread. If you've never tried that, it's delicious. Now some people like cornbread and buttermilk. I have tasted of it. It's not my favorite that way, but regular cornbread and milk is very good. And then, last time I talked about it here, someone said they liked a little onion in theirs, and I thought, I'll have to try that sometime. I haven't, but I would. Sounds like something I would like. So sometimes we don't cook that much in the summer, but I'm telling you, we got one more month of the hot stuff, and then it'll cool down here, and we will be cooking a lot. Listen to that. Sounds like that? Huh?
Sounds like last night.
We had a storm. Did y'all have a storm where you live? It's stormed here for the past couple of days, hasn't it? Now these were whole carrots. They're going to take a minute. As you can see, I'm getting them down there to coleslaw style. When you have something like that in there, you can shake it just to make sure. So that's that onion and those carrots in there together. I ain't careful, I'll get too much. Because, you know, I like to Yeah, this is just right for coleslaw. Just right. Look at that. Just going to go ahead and put that in there. Give it a little wipe out here. I'm going to put cabbage so it wouldn't really have to be wiped out. Last time I used this for coleslaw, someone asked me about the chopper. Well, I do call it the chopper because that's what it does. But it's really called a Power Chef. So if you go to looking for it, it's a Power Chef. It's not the chopper like I refer to it all the time. I just make stuff like that up, and you know, I come up with a name for something and it sticks with my head, and that's what I think of it. Mama does it too. We're both the same way. I'm just like her. I'm going to take that outer leaf off. You're
trying to blame it all on me.
It's always Mama's fault. Mama, you do make up names.
Yes, I do.
And you do too. It's whatever you make up is what we call it. Now, when you cut that cabbage in half, you see this little section right here? This is all core. You don't want that in your cabbage. It may taste okay for a minute, but it will be strong. And that's where you get that strong, bittery taste from a coleslaw. You don't want that. So just find that core and then slice right down the side of it. Find it here and slice right down the side of it. And then there you got this piece, so lay it down and just slice that core right off. And there's your core, and that's that bitter you don't want in there. And here's your good fresh coleslaw, or cabbage. It's going to be turned into coleslaw though. I'm going to chop this up, so I'll have it. Mama, you want enough to feed an army?
No.
She always tells every time I cook, you've made enough to feed an army.
They're like my daddy, my oldest brother, married a woman. Her last name was Cox. And
Mama, they can't see you. Come over.
They was a Cox family with a lot of kids that lived around here.
Well, now they called Cox's army. That was a real army.
And it was, and my daddy, we'd always say, well, we having to feed Cox's army all the time. And he wasn't even thinking about her last name being Cox, and it come out. And her feelings was pretty bad hurt for a long time over it. But she got over it and stuff, so, but it wasn't nothing pertaining to her last name. But that's what we always say. So if we offend somebody when we say something like that, surely
this
don't
means
mean,
a lot of people.
Surely don't mean to.
Like keeping up with the Joneses. I don't even know what that came from, but that's an old saying. Do you know where it comes from?
No.
I have to look that up.
Now Cox's, there was a Cox family years ago that had a lot of kids.
I think Cox's army's a real army though.
My daddy always said that.
So here is the coleslaw consistency that I like for cabbage. Real fine. I like it good and fine. I like it so it's not stringy. But now I'm strange about my coleslaw. I like some good chunky coleslaw, but I want it all chunky. I want chunky tomatoes, chunky celery, chunky peppers, whatever you put in it. But when I'm making what we refer to as just plain coleslaw or Sunday coleslaw, we don't mess with our Sunday lunches too much. I'm doing a lot of different stuff. It's pretty well standard. So when Mama says, won't you make some coleslaw, just regular Sunday coleslaw, I know she's just wanting cabbage and a little onion and a little carrot. Nothing fancy, because you know I make cowboy coleslaw. Y'all seen that? I make all kinds of messes, don't I, Mama?
Oh yeah, a lot of messes.
Mama says, I ain't messing with that.
I think of JL when you make it real fine like that. That's why he wanted you to make him some real fine coleslaw.
Mama says, I ain't got time to food all that. Are you she's bagged up my other half of coleslaw.
Cabbage, you don't need it.
Ain't gonna let me have it.
No.
It's over.
You can't have it.
I was gonna make it all, Mama.
I think not.
She says no. You gotta watch her. She's
You've got a bowl full here now.
She's sneaky. She'll come right up under you and get your stuff and run off with it. Won't you, Mama?
That's right.
She's the queen. Whatever she wants to do, Lord, you can't fight the system. Okay, making quick work of this. Now, if you don't want...
You pulled that 99 times?
The judgmentalness is heavy today. Mama, just a few. Perfection. Didn't even pull it one time too many. What was I saying? Where you was getting on to me from Mama, you embarrassed me from my friends. What was I saying about coleslaw? Something I forget. It'll come to me later, maybe.
Maybe when you go to bed tonight,
or maybe when I watch this video back. Okay, here is the coleslaw mixed up, ready to go. Not too much though, Mr. Mama. Just a half a head.
That's right.
A small head of thing. Then when I mix it up, oh, what I started to say a while ago, I know now, is if you don't want to put sugar in yours, you don't have to. If you want to add salt and pepper in yours, you can. All that's up to you, and it's all good either way you want to do it.
We put sugar because your daddy loved it that way with it.
I do have a coleslaw recipe that's got a little dab of milk in it, and I have used milk in it for it, and it is good. But we don't every time. So there is some good Sunday coleslaw mixed up, ready to go. And Mama's right, that's plenty. Goodness gracious, I was trying to feed an army. I tend to do that. Sometimes, if you've ever worked in food service, which I have, and you've cooked for 200-300, then you start making up small amounts. You think, well, that ain't enough. But this will be plenty,
when
and
you
it'll be
cook
tasty.
For 300 or 400 for school, it's the same way.
And but Mama's got over that. She knows she ain't cooking for that many now. I have trouble remembering sometimes. So I'm gonna take these carrots here, and I'm just gonna make them into sticks, and I'll have them for lunch, and I'll take them for a snack in a little Tupperware container, and they'll be just as fresh and just as good, and they'll taste wonderful for a little snack. But there ain't no sense of leaving a few in there, I didn't think. And they've been in there a week or so, so it's time to get them out, make them into something, make them into a snack, get them ready to go. I'm gonna do a little meal prepping today. Don't know if I do meal prepping later, I'll do another video and show it, and we'll see what I got going on there. But Sundays is a good day for that. You're you got your stuff out, and you're already cooking, so you might want to do a little meal prep, get stuff ready for the week, maybe for supper, maybe something you've made this weekend you can use for supper. I know we've made macaroni and tomatoes, and we've already got plans. Probably one night this week from the left.
We didn't leave a whole lot of them.
Just a dab. But we'll probably take and add some ground beef to that and turn it into a goulash right quick. And that way it won't be too much cooking, too much time. Because, we got every night, you got to water them flowers. If you have any flowers outside, that sun beats down on them. They got to have a little drink. You got to water that garden a little bit. Mama waters her tomato plants and all that stuff. So you got about an hour's worth of watering and taking care of in the evenings. So sometimes when you're short on time, it's good to have a quick, ready to eat, pre-made meal already ready to go. How many times is she's trying to make a lot of noise today?
I have made a lot of noise. I apologize.
We love it, Mama. I love noises in the house. I love, if you're just sitting there and it's all quiet, you need to know something's going on. Shake it up a little, as they say. So when we come back, we're going to get the rest of this meal together, and it'll be time to eat in just a snap. Well, we're back. Mama just said, Lord, this is a feast. And boy, is it ever. Mama, happy birthday. This is your Sunday birthday dinner.
Yeah.
I'll try to do something Wednesday on your real birthday, but for Sunday. This is a feast for us. Sometimes we just call it in a little shorter than this, but today we really done well. Mama, here's your lemon. Get me cut that lemon up.
I believe we can just eat without.
You don't want lemon in your tea today?
I can go. I just want to eat.
So just hurry and get this done. What's wrong with you? I love you, Mama. All right, let me just show you right quick what we ended up with. We've got some of these wonderful white half-runner beans, that corn. Over there's some mashed potatoes. There's the gravy for the roast. There's some cucumbers and tomatoes.
Cornbread you passed up.
Mama said, get that cornbread in there.
Did you get the corn?
Right there's, I did. Mama, they seen it all. And there's Mama tell me what to do. Did y'all see that? Hey, Mama.
Oh, no.
What's the only word in the English dictionary that it gets shorter if you add 2 letters to it?
The only word
in the English dictionary that if you add 2 letters to it, it actually gets shorter.
Shorted. Shortest.
If you add 2 letters to it, it gets shorter.
Shorter. I don't know.
One word, you add 2 letters, and it makes it shorter.
I don't know. Shorted.
You're almost there, Mama. Since it's your birthday, I'll give you a hint.
What is it?
How do you spell short with 2 extra letters? So short, and you add 2 letters, and it makes it shorter.
Shorter.
Short is the word.
Yeah.
If you add 2 letters, it makes it shorter.
Shorter. I'm on the right track. Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to give you that one, Mama, just because it's your birthday for no other reason.
Well, thank you.
Look at this meal. We've got our roast, and Mama just browned that on all sides, and it did do a little shrinking, but that's what they do. And in the iron skillet on top of the stove with salt and pepper, she put it in the West bin, and she put a cup of coffee in it, put salt and pepper on it, and let it bake. The West bin tore up, so we had to put it in the oven when we got back from church, and that took us a little while, but it's okay. Yeah. And put a little onion on it. And then the corn, you've seen her take it off the cob, and she just put butter in it, and a little sugar.
Sugar and salt.
Sugar and salt. Mashed potatoes you've seen us do. The cornbread you've seen us do, and all the rest of this.
And the gravy is the broth. I pour water in the skillet where I brown my roast.
Look at that.
And I make my own brown gravy. All I do to it is add water and cornstarch. And the salt and flavor goes into it, and it has good gravy. So that's it for today.
So, folks, we're going to eat this wonderful feast, as Mama says, and we're going to bless it and eat it. And you all get with your family today and find you something good to eat and making some memories. That's right. Because that's what's important in life, is making memories and spending time with your family.
And life and be happy.
Life and be happy. No negativity. Let's don't do negativity. Let's only do positivity. There's a lot of negativity we can't help, but we can sure take advantage of the positive things if we try. So, folks, we're going to say goodbye and happy lunch to y'all. And we're going to bless our food and eat it, and we hope you're doing the same. So, say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama. God bless you all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.